So I've decided to make a video for my Comm presentation. What I'm going to talk about is human resources. I know everybody has call-in and it's boring and no one actually pays attention and realizes what human resources is or what they have to do in the human resources business world. So for my informational interview, I interviewed Teresa Hale Nobles. So what I gained from this experience is a lot. I sat down with her for 2 hours and chatted about what she does or what she did. First of all, she got an education. She went to Loyalist College and went through port financing. And that's where she got the job at Trenton Cold Storage, where she stayed there for 17 years. Can you imagine 17 years in one place? But it's not how long you've been there, it's what you get from that place. And what she did is she started working with the HR manager there. And that's where she started going over safety regulations and interacting with people and dealing with their personal issues. And that's when she found out she wanted to go for HR. So she went back to St. or Loyalist College and did part-time and did night courses to get her human resources. Then she went to Umber Sports. This company, I guess, is massive, and she traveled all over the world and to Montreal once a week. I don't know how she got there, train, plane, or automobile, but she got there once a week. She also did conferences. And Teresa was so good at her job, they wanted her to become a global leader in the company. So that's being a global leader is traveling a lot, and that's something she didn't want to do because she had a family. So that's where HR becomes a little, you have to pick your career, your family, depends on what you do. Also, in Umber Sports, she gained a lot of global networking, and that's where these little things called thank you cards, or maybe the Canadian classic, a Tim's card, really comes in handy. Because saying thank you means a lot, or keeping in touch. So Teresa went to Finland, went over to Europe, went down to the States. So she just said thank you. Thanks for being there. Thank you for welcoming me into your country. Thank you for welcoming me into your business. They're going to remember her. That's what you need to do in HR. See, for these informational interviews, what I did is I said thank you. I sent Teresa a thank you card and a Tim's card just to say I really appreciate her time. Also, after Umber Sports, she went to Strathcona Paper, which is this place right here. And this is all her information. See it? Great. Well, at Strathcona, she is a safety and human resources officer. And she has a lot to do in Strathcona, which I did not realize. So, how I got to know Teresa is my dad works at Strathcona. And he always says, oh, she's the nicest lady. You have to stop and see her. She can always give you lots of information. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, okay, Dad. You know, typical. But I actually went to go see her and I gained so much information. Not only does she just look after the safety regulations, she looks after the union. She looks after the discipline. She engages with the employees. She makes sure people are comfortable within their workplace. She wants to coach employees. She wants to make sure that they are doing the best job that they can. She wants to make sure that they're safe. It's things like that that help her. Also, she also like that comes in with the personnel issues. So she does a lot of mentoring. She also is setting up a program for retirees. So anyone retiring in the next couple of years will have a program to help them retire. So back in the day when you started work, so example your grandfather or maybe your dad's age, that would be for my generation. So it'd be your grandpa or your dad's generation. All they did was work. They lived for work. That's how they lived. They worked. They came home to their family. Maybe they had a farm. You never know. So people retiring today don't know what to do when they're done work. They could become bored. They get another job. They don't know what to do with themselves. So this program that Teresa has developed is to help them find something, what they like to do. So say growing up they always like to play baseball. Well, go coach a baseball team, get involved, go help somebody. And that's I find that very giving. And that is what I found in the HR department. I found them giving. I found that they're trying to help, trying to make sure things are going smoothly. And that's what you want to expect in the HR. So also communication. You want to try to make sure that there's communication between the managers, the employees and the HR, the managers in the HR. You want to make sure there's one big circle and the union. Also, Strathcona is unionized, so you have to make sure that everyone is coming together in one big circle of communication. And if someone doesn't know how to approach their manager or how to approach their union, where do they go? Teresa. And what does Teresa do? Coach them, help them, basically. She also, that's where engaging with your employees really helps. You need to engage with your employees all the time. Don't just sit in your office and relax and do paperwork and say, oh, it'll be fine. No, you have to go out on the floor once a day, maybe twice a day, whatever you have to do to help your employees. So what I found is HR really runs the show. That's what I think. Um, I just have like a million notes here. And I'm trying to memorize, I'm trying to tell you everything about HR and what Teresa does. So, what advice she gave me is get out there, get involved. What she does, she's the president of the Quinte Chapter's Human Resources Professional Association, so she's always networking and always getting involved. And or she gets the daily newspaper. She wants to find out what's going on in the world so she can relate and so she can help. The other employees adapt to know what's new because things change every day. She also that comes with job opportunities. So if you're a student and you get a job at Tim Hortons and you want to be an accountant, how is that going to help you? Yes, it's a job and it's easy and you can get by and it pays the bills. But what if you get a job at Tim Hortons and then volunteer or something at an accountant office to learn? Or there's summer job opportunities. Whatever you want to go for, get experience before you go out into the workplace. And that's where I found where I got my best advice from her, because she said apply to every student job, summer job that relates to your future workplace. So I had a really good experience with this informational interview, and I'd like to thank Christina for helping for making us do this, because it brought a lot of knowledge and it helped me kind of figure out what I want to do. And I'd like to do more informational interviews. And thanks for bringing that opportunity to us.